Imagine, you're sitting at your computer at 2 a.m., bored out of your mind. You scroll through a list of useless websites to pass your time, until you come across one labeled Superbad. And no, it's not the 2007 movie featuring Michael Cera, which I didn't even know existed until I started looking it up. It's a seemingly endless portal of different pages with nonsensical imagery and colors and code. The more you look, however, the more you begin to notice patterns, reoccurring themes, names showing up in multiple places. Maybe there's more to this random website than you originally thought. So, what's up? Why does this website exist and why is it so weird? Well, after doing some research, literally just Googled it. It was mostly Wikipedia. Sorry. It turns out that the site is an art installation created by Ben Benjamin in 1997. That's old. I couldn't really find anything about this guy, but the gist of it is just that the site is some kind of project, which you could probably already guess. What shocked me the most, though, was the fact that it was made in 1997. Because from what I can tell, the site still uploads regularly. That's 24 years of updates? Hello? Is it still the same dude doing it, or is there like different people? Did he like pass on the baton or something? I don't know. So what exactly is in Superbad? And what's the story? Well, the actual contents, there's so much to unpack, and I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time for like a single video, but I'll talk about the stuff that I think is the most interesting. So, from what I found, there's 3 different pages that have like a list of a bunch of different other like pages on the site that you can go to, and they're called, one is called What's in the Trunk, one's called Website, and the other one is this. These pages are a pretty good jumping point for wherever else you want to go and like look at, research, etc. I'm gonna mostly talk about the What's in the Trunk page. I mean, it's probably got the most stuff on it, and it's got a lot of like story related things that it's got the most obvious information. First, I'm gonna talk about the characters. We have an Uncle Jay, an Aunt Viv, a Jay Jr., a family friend called Mr. Hubris, and some others I'm not very sure about. They could be other ones that we already talked about. I have no idea. From these characters' pages, you can begin to piece together a kind of story about like meat, bees, and some sort of like incident on Thanksgiving. From one of the J websites, you can see the text, Jay uses this device sometimes, and there's a picture of a bee next to it. So maybe he was like a beekeeper, I don't know. This goes with a couple other websites, insinuating something happened with the bees. There's like quite a few that have like just some person's face and then bees around it, or people's weird obsession around bees. There's like quite a few of those. The most incriminating of these is this really weird like story. It's really like gross, and it's basically about this boy who is like covered in honey and like gets stung by a bunch of bees, and also he's like naked, which is just really disturbing, but you know, what's new? So this is probably the incident they were talking about. I'm not sure why they had bees on Thanksgiving, but at least I think that's what the incident was. And I'm gonna guess that Jay Jr. is probably the person that it happened to, but I could be wrong. There's a bunch of different like people that they bring up. There's other things about the family, small things like there's a story, poem, I'm not sure what it is, that's like written by a kid or something, and it never specifies who wrote it, so I'm like, it fits in there somewhere, but I don't really know. I'm gonna move on to another part of it that I was trying to figure out, which is the time era. There's a lot of pages with like Chinese characters on it and references to Mao Zedong, which if you don't know, he was like former ruler of China. Not ruler, you know what I mean. He was like a government official. And the car, going off of that, the car from the what's in the trunk page looks like it's some kind of like 70s car. Once again, I don't know. I'm not a car person. I don't know anything about cars. That's just what it looks like to me. And also I looked up like 60s cars and it looked kind of similar, so I'm gonna go with that. There's also quite a few references to like a war. There's there's like a page where it's like a sign up for like a draft or something, but I could not find it for the life of me, so you're just gonna have to take my word on that one. Basically, I think the story mostly takes place in probably the 70s. I think the war that they mention is probably something like either the Vietnam War or maybe the Cold War, something like that. Either way, mid-20th century at the very least. Now, I'm not like game theory or anything. I can't dig through the files or decode anything like huge, but there is definitely stuff hidden. I remember one page had like a conversation when you press inspect element, there was some kind of comment in the code there, and also there's a bunch of things like the titles of certain websites have like things in it that are like clearly things that you can, you know, try and decode, but I have no idea where to even start on that. There's definitely a lot more to do. I hope that was at least, I mean, starting something. But what does it all mean? Even though the details aren't very clear, you can kind of try and guess what the overall purpose of the thing is, because it is an art piece. Every artist has an artist statement. So like, what was Ben Benjamin trying to come across by making this website? One theory I thought was pretty interesting, and it's that this website is a commentary on America. I know it sounds like, at first I was like, that sounds kind of pretentious, I don't know. After you think about it for a while, it makes a lot more sense. I mean, let me just list the things. So there's like communist imagery, war imagery, the way that half the pages, including like the actual Superbad logo thing, looks like an advertisement. Themes of family with perfect appearances, but then in the private life it's like darker or whatever, they have like family secrets or something. When you like take all that into consideration, I can see why some people would think that. It's not like 100% like that's the one interpretation, because obviously you can take it however you want, but I thought it was something interesting. Like, this site is so random, there's so many different things that you could connect, and there's still like so many things that I haven't even talked about. Like, I don't know if I can communicate just how much content there is in this stupid website. You could literally keep clicking for I don't know how long, like hours, and you would keep finding new things and new like little bits of stuff everywhere. There's probably a billion different ways that you could interpret it. So I don't know, I'm hoping I can get at least some people's gears rolling with this, and then maybe I'll put like some links in the description. If you guys want to check it out, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I hope you found this as interesting as I did. I know this is this is a lot different from my last few videos. I just wanted to start making stuff about things that I found like super interesting. I don't know, expect more of these maybe. If you made it this far, thank you, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully. Bye!